What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about SoFi. I want to go over some expectations for this upcoming week, what might cause some volatility in the stock price, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points this upcoming week, only thing to really take note of is on Friday, manufacturing data. Forecast is 48.5, so it is improving report over report back to that 50. Anything above 50 shows more of an expansion within the market. Anything below that shows a contraction. So it is improving quite a lot. Only thing as well just to take note of is on Wednesday, the market's closed because of New Year's. So happy New Year's, everyone. But aside from that, it is going to be more of a technical driven week. And in SoFi's case, it's somewhat okay. So I'm going to go over that in a second. But as far as SoFi, this week it did consolidate. So over the last 5 days, it did go up 3.23%. But nothing really planned for this upcoming week. Nothing like that. So no fireside chats or whatever, but on Monday and Tuesday, that's the last 2 days in Q4 2024. So you will see an increase in volume, not just with SoFi, but across the board as institutions are rebalancing their portfolios and whatever. So you could see that occur, especially leading into Wednesday's closure. But shorts. So shorts were relatively active, and this is kind of the first time in almost like 2 months that they did increase their position just to bring it down below a key strike price. So going into this upcoming week, 13% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 138.38 million shares overall are being shorted. And it wasn't just SoFi. A lot of stocks across the board had shorts just wake up for whatever reason. So I think they are sensing some maybe blood in the market. Friday, you had a pullback. A lot of people are speculating on different kind of reasons. In my opinion, I still think it is more psychological due to the broader indexes. S&P hitting that kind of milestone of 6,000 is very daunting to the market. So I think that took a toll, similar to what happened at 5,000 and 5,500. So I think there might be some consolidation, but generally we know where it goes from there, just up and up. That's just my opinion, of course. But you see some signs of manipulation as well. So cost to borrow minimum is negative going into this upcoming week. So negative 0.14, meaning a broker is still paying people to short SoFi. But based on the options that was done on Friday, there still is a consensus for it to be above 17. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub 15. So kind of a little bit more upside still is anticipated. This is the open interest. So like I said, regrettably, shorts were active just to suppress SoFi below that $16 strike. So everything above that does expire worthless. So you're not really going to see any spike on Monday for any like in the money options or anything like that. Going into this upcoming week, you don't really see any significant walls. But still to take note, 11,000 at that 17, 7,000 at that 1650 strike price, and then 5,000 at that 16. So typically on the first couple trading days of every week, you see a increase of this by like 40%. So just kind of take note of that. So come Friday, if let's say SoFi is close to one of these kind of walls, you might see a increase in volatility from shorts and whatever else. But like I mentioned, I think aside from like the manufacturing data, it is going to be more of a technical driven week. So SoFi with it at 1598 is trading between these 2 points. So this R1 and the pivot. So 1571 is going to be a key support, the first level of support. If that does fail to hold, then you could see a push to kind of the high 14. So it'll trade between this pivot and this S1. Flip side, 1671, 1732, and 1832 are going to be the next strong kind of targets for SoFi. But on the actual chart itself, this month was largely consolidation. And aside from, I guess, the last 2 months, you've seen massive breakouts. So it's been kind of euphoria. A lot of people are kind of used to that and regrettably still expecting that to occur. That isn't normal. For anyone following SoFi for an extended period of time, you know that SoFi likes to consolidate. So I think right now, and most likely as well in January, you will see some continued consolidation. Key points to really watch for is that right here. So that 14 and change, so that's where that super trend, if it does break below that, then this is where you could see lower lows, and that's where the algos would really start to work against SoFi. So kind of just watch for those. But Even moving over to the 1 month chart, just for some very kind of short-term stuff, just watch for this right here. So I think in general, SoFi is not going to have any crazy downside. I think some people are anticipating like $10, which is very unrealistic, but I think that there is going to be some level of consolidation. So you might see a retest potentially of this 1471. But like I've stated, I don't think anything sub that is justified. Most likely it will bounce off of that and then kind of trend higher. But as of right now, going into this upcoming week, fear and greed index is under the fear category. So people's appetite for risk won't necessarily be there. And with like SoFi and just many other stocks possibly consolidating, I think that might really just hit the sentiment a little bit more, because people are just used to like SoFi and just every stock just going up like crazy. And I think that will kind of stop happening, only because as well at the same time, week over week, $54.7 billion left, both crypto and equities, to go back into money markets. So big money is kind of still hesitant about the broader market. So that's just my viewpoint on this upcoming week. So you might have a lot of volatility. So you might see a pullback or further consolidation before it does kind of move higher. But that's just my viewpoint. You do whatever floats your boat. Let me know, what is your thoughts on SoFi? Do you think that we're going to see 17, 18 this week, or do you think we're going to kind of pull back or just stay neutral within this range, R1 and the pivot? So what is your viewpoint? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And hopefully everyone's having an amazing weekend thus far. And with all that said, appreciate all of you watching.